This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
On June 6th, you're going to be in Norfolk, Virginia at the Scope. You'll be working second from the top. It'll be Flair and yourself taking on Ricky and Robert. The main event that night is the James Boys taking on Bobby Eaton and Dennis Condrey. On June 7th, there's a matinee show where you would team up with Tully to take on George South and Randy Mulkey. Of course, this is going to be a taping in the old TBS studios. We haven't spent a lot of time talking about Randy Mulkey. What are your favorite outside of the ring stories of the Mulkey brothers?
Well, just the fact that they became cult heroes, to be honest with you. You know, it maybe didn't happen and the audience didn't realize it at the time, but these kids came from Anderson, South Carolina. They wanted to be wrestlers. They showed up at television tapings, and I would venture to say they took some of the worst beatings ever recorded in the wrestling industry. But, you know, each week they would go back home to their regular lives, put themselves back together, whatever it took. And man, you knew at the next TV taping, those guys were going to be there. They kept showing up. And, you know, what they were not blessed with athletically or physically, and I don't mean that as a knock, it's just a fact, you know, they made up for with guts. You know, they took some tremendous beatings and just kept coming for more. So, you know, at the end of the day, you don't realize sometimes how good something was till much further down the road. And you go back and, you know, kudos and respect to the Mulkeys.
On the 14th, after you do this television taping here in the morning, you're in Baltimore and you're going to be working with Manny Fernandez to go to a time limit draw at the 20-minute mark. 20 minutes with Manny Fernandez feels like punishment. Did you piss somebody off or what was going on here?
No, you know, that's amazing that you could go back to that match and have some interest when that was the very first television taping that I did, you know, March the previous year. This was 15 months earlier. I debuted with an angle with Manny Fernandez, and the fact that you could go back to that match and still have some interest, but a lot of things had, you know, evolved since then. The Horsemen were together and all kind of different things, television title and all those things that made that matchup, you know, which was very physical. And, you know, being in a match with Manny, he was very physical guy to work with. And I think the people that knew the history knew they were still going to get a hell of a fight, irregardless of win, lose, or draw.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.